I said it softly, like it didn't matter, like it was a comma in a sentence, a breath, not a goodbye. I'm not ready for love. That's all I said. But he heard something else entirely. He heard the end. And maybe, deep down, that's exactly what it was. We weren't official. Not in the way most people define it. No titles, no labels. But he was the one name that made my heart stutter when my phone lit up. The reason I smiled at screens and looked for someone's eyes in crowded rooms. His name was Adil. Quiet, gentle. The kind of man who didn't talk just to fill silence, but listened with the kind of patience that made you feel like your words were sacred. He never rushed me, never played hot and cold. He didn't make promises he couldn't keep, and he never made me guess where I stood. He just showed up every time, and that terrified me, because I was used to noise, to men who shouted when they cared and disappeared when they didn't, to relationships that felt more like storms, unpredictable, passionate, and over as fast as they began. But Adil wasn't a storm. He was a calm after it. He was safety. And I didn't know how to trust something that didn't hurt. Nothing dramatic happened. No fight. No betrayal. Just me, tangled in my own fear, feeding doubts with what-ifs until I couldn't breathe. That night, we were parked outside my apartment. Winter air fogged the windows. The radio hummed low with his favorite playlist. We had eaten takeout straight from the paper boxes, laughing between bites, sauce smudged on his fingers. He reached over to hold my hand. Something so simple, so familiar, and I felt myself pulling back inside. I think I need a little space, I said, my voice barely a whisper. He didn't flinch, didn't let go right away. Just looked at me for a long moment, his eyes unreadable. Then came his question, gentle as ever. Are you okay? I lied, nodded too quickly, forced a smile. I'm fine. I don't know. Everything's been a lot lately. I just need some air. He didn't argue, didn't ask for more, just nodded slowly and said, okay, take what you need. Then he let go of my hand, of us. At first, I told myself it was the right thing, that needing space didn't mean I didn't care, that it was mature, responsible, even considerate. But silence has a cruel way of stretching. It doesn't just echo, it swallows. The first day, I didn't notice. The second, I felt the absence. By the fifth, I was glued to my phone, waiting for a message that never came. No, still thinking of you. No, I'm here when you're ready. Nothing. Eventually, I broke, typed out a shaky, hey, hope you're okay. He responded the next morning. Yeah, you too. That was it. No warmth, no softness, just a closed door. That was when it hit me. He wasn't giving me space. He was giving me freedom. Freedom from him. And it hurt more than I ever thought it could. I started remembering everything. The little things. The way he'd text me home, 5 minutes after I left, not to check up, but to make sure I was safe. How he waited outside my office in the rain, because I forgot my umbrella. How he always noticed when I was quiet, when I needed to be held without words. And now, silence. I scrolled through old messages, months of them. Every "you've got this." Every "sweet dreams" mirror. Every "I'm proud of you." Still there. Still mine. But no longer ours. I wanted to reach through the screen and grab Time by the collar. Wanted to unsay it. To tell him I didn't mean space the way it sounded. That it wasn't rejection, but a cry for reassurance. That I was scared of how deeply I felt. How much I needed him. But the moment was already gone. Eventually, I sent one last message. I typed it slowly, like each word might change the outcome. I didn't mean it like that. I miss you. I thought space would help, but I just feel lost without you. He replied later that evening. I know you didn't mean to hurt me, but I also can't stay where I'm not fully wanted. I wish you the best, Mira. Truly. And that was it. No dramatic exit. No angry words. Just peace. Quiet, final, devastating peace. Because men like Adil, steady, kind, intentional, they don't force their way back in. They listen. And when you say you need space, they give it. Fully. Completely. And they don't come back unless they're invited, not with words, but with clarity. I dated again. try to fill the silence with new faces, new laughs. But no one saw me the way he did. No one remembered the smallest things. No one made me feel safe while I was unraveling, because no one was him. And the truth? I didn't ask for space because I didn't love him. I asked because I did. Too much. Because I was terrified he'd see all of me, the parts one kept hidden even from myself, and walk away. So I walked first, thought I was protecting my heart, but really, I was breaking it. Now I live in the space I asked for, but it doesn't feel like peace. It feels like an echo of what once was. A love I sent outside to wait, but it didn't wait. It respected the boundary and left. So if you've ever said, I need space, when your heart really meant, please don't leave, take a breath. Be honest, because people like him, they don't stick around for half-truths and mixed signals. They hear what you say, and they believe it. I said I needed space, and he gave me more distance than I ever thought could exist between two people who once held each other so close. Now he's gone, and I've never felt emptier.